Oh, Final Fantasy VII is being presented right now.
Okay, does anybody hear that fan?
Nope. Right now, I'm watching the opening cutscene of Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yay, the remake everybody's seen 5 different times.
I do hear a little bit of noise, but it's barely a problem.
I'm hoping it's not too bad. I have to start actually turning on fans and stuff. The heat has come. Alright, and stream is up and alright, and everybody's able to say hi.
Hi.
You don't hear me because I may have not been talking until just now.
Yeah, I can hear you on the stream.
Okay. Oh, right! I should get the, there was one, the Discord announcement.
That's what I'm saying. Where is that, Bob?
That's the one. I don't know why I keep forgetting that, but I shouldn't be forgetting that. There we go. Alright. Okay, so I'd say we're good. Toa, I know you're watching it. I know things might get exciting. If they do, shut it.
Oh, you forget. I can mute myself like that.
Whether you do it or not is a different case.
Fair point.
Yeah.
Wow, DM12 really does not like the E3 conference.
Only thing I was excited for was the Halo announcement because they're going back to the classic armor design.
I'm just gonna leave this all off until next week when we got all of the details. There are some things I'm excited for and interested in, but anyway, we're gonna start off in no, we are not. I just realized I forgot the most important thing.
The record button.
Opening.
No,
The opening video?
yeah, that's exactly it. Okay. Give me a quick second, everybody. Sorry. No, that's tempting, but no. Crap.
By the way, Final Fantasy is getting 2 Blu-ray discs for its release.
Must be a large game then.
Well, considering they're coming out in parts.
Second, how long was the original Final Fantasy disc-wise? Like 7?
It was 3 CDs.
Now they got it down to 2 Blu-ray. That's either an upgrade or a downgrade. I don't know which because I'm not that.
Actually, that means they've done a shit ton because here's the thing: 3 CDs now can basically fit on a DVD.
Easily, with room to spare.
And Blu-rays hold a fuck ton of data.
Yeah, pretty much like the entire original Final Fantasy VII could have easily been put on a PS2 disc.
Again, with room to spare.
Yeah. So the fact that if it's going to be on 2 Blu-rays, they are doing a shit ton to the graphics.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm thinking because if you see the trailer, yeah.
Oh wait, no, I was looking.
Oh, they're just now doing the thing.
Now I'm about to start here, so Toa, you know the drill. And if you don't, so we're actually
that clip.
I know, but think of it this way: you don't have to hear from Toa for a while.
No, I can still do this. I'm just trying to...
Quiet you, we're starting. And stop doing that, literally. I mean, I get it, you can mute yourself out and win, but it really is poppy. So
yeah, we hear the click every time you turn your mic on and off.
So
there's also a handy mute function in Discord itself that doesn't do that.
yeah, you might want to
use
consider.
key commands to activate and deactivate it.
Yep. All right, let's go ahead and get started here in 3, 2, 1.
Hello?
Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to the Brony Show, episode 350. And I am your host, as always, bringing you the fun and silliness of the Brony community for this week and for all of eternity, as it seems to be non-stop. And I couldn't be happier. But I am Circuit Main. Of course, I am not here by myself. No, I got a great panel of insane people that will be joining me on this romp once again. Of course, I am joined by Crazy Matt Captain of the Equestrian Jackbox Stop.
And some cups. Maybe some cups.
Maybe
All
some
the
cups.
of Rim Worlds.
All right, can't forget the Roomworld cups. And we are also joined by Deathlight Productions, voice actor extraordinaire.
Hey.
And random artist.
I don't know.
Well, it's pretty random.
Eh.
And we are also joined by Textalion, who does a lot of amazing things too.
Yep, sure do.
And Toakoi, who will remain muted until the Squeenix conference is done because he is a good boy who doesn't want to hurt us by continually popping in and out of mute.
Actually, I can just be quiet. I mean, I was quiet that whole time.
Everybody, get ready. Take a shot if Toakoi interrupts before 5 minutes have passed. All right.
Don't do it. You'll be dead by the end.
I'm just talking about immediately. Of course, not every 5 minutes. We would all be dead before the halfway point. And also Suki of the Otaku Ascended.
Yep, I'm here.
And we're here to bring you the Brony community for this week during E3. Once again, E3 has started, and of course, conferences are going down right now as we are talking. The Square Enix conference is actually happening. And as much as I enjoy Square Enix games, I also enjoy entertaining all of you all the more. And unlike last year, where we piled into a theater and started to watch trailers of different games that were coming out, which, in all honesty, I really do like that. We're probably going to do it again, but not. I'm going to wait until everything is out at least, because that way we can actually show everything that we're excited for, or we hate with a horrible, detestable, fiery passion. I'm just going to let that hang there for a second. Any case, but yes, we got plenty to talk about for the Brony community for this week. However, we do have to warm up our vocal cords, give us a chance to stand up and say, hello, I'm pretty awesome. And what better way than what's up, Brony? So, I ask all of you once again, what's up, Bronies? Wow.
Not a whole lot, just seeing where E3's going.
Really hasn't been a whole lot going on this week, has there?
Mostly
Not
just
really,
the
no.
3 E's.
Mostly just the 3 E's. You know what? I'll go ahead and I'll open up Pandora's box here a little bit. Has anybody excited for anything that's been announced, or they are about ready to join a revolution and burn down buildings because of something that was announced?
Well, I'm happy that they're bringing back the classic armor design for Halo. That's like it.
If you haven't told Blanked about it yet, Doom 2.
Oh, he is well informed of that, and he is very excited for it.
I'm sorry. No, if you're not Hyper Doom, fuck you.
All
I haven't played the.
Con is going to be all about Doom.
I
25th anniversary.
I'm looking at Cyberpunk, but I do want to wait for it to come out. However, what I am excited for, admittedly, is a little more off the rails than most people know. Mostly Trials of Cold Steel 3, which is due to come out in a few more months. There's apparently a remaster of Ni no Kuni that's going to be coming out. There's also another Tales game that got announced. I'm excited for that as well.
Yep, Tales of Arise.
Tales of Arise, and I am excited for that. I love Tales games. I've only beaten a very small handful at best.
Oh,
But,
I will say the Bethesda conference mostly was meh, with the exception of the Doom stuff. And I do like that we got our first look at 2 new IPs.
Actually,
well, not a good like gameplay look or anything like that, but at least an idea of 2 new IPs with
Ghostwire.
Ghostwire Tokyo and Deathloop.
I am interested in both of those.
That does look fun.
Both of those actually look really good. Oh, and Persona 5 Royale. Yeah, I don't know if that'll be there at E3, but that is something I'm eager to jump in on too. But I'm going to go ahead and get on my angry soapbox here. Let me just move it aside. I made it out of parts of Toa that I keep destroying because he drives me mad. So
It's pretty tall. It's pretty tall by now.
it's pretty tall, but it makes me furious anytime I look at it. So it really helps me get the blood boiling. I am pissed at Commander Keen. Commander Keen was my childhood. That was the game I played 8 years old on some school events that were there. They just had a bunch of computers set up with a bunch of random DOS games. Commander Keen was one of them. I fell in love with that game. I enjoyed that game. I actually went out of my way to learn how to write in DOS, to get a computer, to buy a hard disk, to fail utterly because Fred Meyer had a lot of really bad business practices that didn't advertise it quite correctly, and I'm still kind of annoyed about that. But I did so much because I wanted to be able to play Commander Keen at home. And then they decide that they're going to dig the grave of Commander Keen back up and then put it as mobile freemium with his kids as some sort of cartoonish thing. And it is horrible freemium. This pisses me off. You can see the giant list of gadgets. And this is hundreds of gadgets, and you know they will make you pay for every single one of them in order to do, and it's not even a platformer anymore. No, it's a puzzle solver. Why?
Oh boy.
No, that everything about that pissed me off. That felt like that they were taking something I enjoyed as a child and destroying it. And then I remembered, I still have Commander Keen. I still have those games, and I can play them anytime I want. Because they want to go EA's Dungeon Keeper on it, doesn't mean that I still can't enjoy the classics that I grew up with.
Yeah, and here's the other thing too, Circuit. What I'm hoping is kind of a goal out of this.
Yeah.
People buy the game, or people download the game. People spend money on the game. Bethesda sees a property. Maybe it gets told, hey, you guys did this game before.
Well, I guess there's that hope, though. I'm more worried
think about it. After Doom comes out, part of that team is gonna have to be put up on something else.
True, and yeah, part of me does kind of hope that maybe they do a proper traditional sequel to Commander Keen. I mean, even a point and click would have worked better, but I admit mixed feelings.
I do like how cute it looks, but the way the gameplay looks does seem iffy.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's probably Bethesda just thinking, can we revive this?
Yeah, maybe.
Let's kick it and find out.
Anyway, Devolver Digital. Last I saw, they put up a video of their quote-unquote live conference on YouTube. So they did their psychotic break somehow, somewhere. I have no idea to what extent. You'll have to.
Missed it then.
It may have not actually been live at any point. They might have just put up a YouTube video and called it.
I think there was a stream of it.
Oh.
At some point, but the thing just it seemed like kind of normal, maybe a little bit awkward, and then the one dude exploded into a tentacle monster.
So standard laissez-faire. And yes, it has been over 5 minutes.
I'm not sure if you're making that up or not.
I know he's not. I'm pretty sure he's not.
No, I'm not, because it literally tied into the next game trailer, which is about being a red tentacle monster.
All right. The one thing I want to throw out here real fast that I am a little bit paranoid about now. And I just forgot it now. I was paranoid and now I forgot. Isn't that how it works? Oh, I got it. I remember now. Double Fine. Double Fine in Psychonauts 2.
Yeah, Double Fine's with EA now.
Yep,
No,
Double
with
Fine.
Microsoft.
They got bought out by Microsoft. So,
My fault.
but yeah, that does have me worried it's going to end up the route of Rare, where all of their games are just going to be on the Xbox console. So, and those of you who know Psychonauts history, the original game was released on Xbox. Guess what happened? Granted, yeah, Psychonauts now has a lot more of a cult following, but that still has me very paranoid.
Yeah,
Wait, has it been
here's the
announced for
thing.
all consoles?
I forget, because I know it's at least for Steam and stuff, but let me see.
Well, actually, DM12, there's a chance that they might release, they might still allow their games to go on multiple consoles, just because we gotta remember, I mean, Halo is coming out on everything now, and Microsoft does seem to be extending the idea of multiple releases.
But
Granted,
I'm not sure if it's going to be going to Steam or if they're going to focus their
Microsoft
PC
Store,
port to
yeah.
their,
Windows
to the
Store.
Okay,
Xbox
well,
computer
okay.
thing.
Well, according to Wikipedia, the platforms will still include Windows, Mac, Linux, PS4, and Xbox One.
You know, I'm okay then. I feel better. Anyway,
Because here's the thing, you got to remember back in the day. You remember that back in the day, I think essentially what happened was whoever the publisher was, which I don't think was Microsoft. I think Double Fine. I think they dealt with a different publisher at that point, who got them pretty much a release onto Xbox, and it was that publisher that basically just didn't really give them much advertising.
True. Yeah, the publisher didn't, and they went out of business, so they had a limited release, no less. Anyway,
who was the publisher? Publisher was Majesco.
Oh, damn! Wow, really? Actually, that's kind of sad. I remember Majesco from way back in the SNES days.
Yeah, let's see. Games. Okay, games published. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's quite a bit. Holy shit. Gunmetal. Oh, they published some Guilty Gear games.
Yeah.
Oh God, they published Fusion Fall? Really?
Yep.
Oh no, they published Drake of the 99 Dragons.
Oh no.
There were some ups and downs.
Okay.
They published the Mama series.
What?
Yeah, the cooking and camping Mama and all that.
Oh, Mama. Mama.
Oh my god, fucking
I thought you said
that
Mana.
I thought he said Mana too. That's why I was going. Wait, what?
But Cooking Mama. Oh my god. Okay, when I was growing up, Cooking Mama 2, Dinner with Friends, that's my shit.
Let's see. I had to take a quick look just to make sure that like there wasn't like a secret of Mana on here.
Please no. Do you know how messed up that would be? Never mind. We're gonna
A hard left turn. We should probably.
exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and reverse this course by also talking about one other quick thing. A little what's up, Brony on my side. I'm actually now I've already talked about this multiple times in the past, but yada yada yada. I'm trying to get myself back in shape. Yada yada yada. I'm going on a diet plan. Yada yada yada. I'm working on an exercise. Yada 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 yada. But the reason I'm bringing it up though is my approach to it this time around. Now, before I basically kind of just said I was doing it, and they just kind of did it in the background, sidelines, things like that. I've actually been starting to set up an idea of doing a weekly blog about it, in all honesty. Kind of like the Circuit Main's Brony weight loss blog or some crap. Basically just sitting in front of a camera and talking for a week about the ups and downs, the plans, what I had planned, what's going to happen, things like that. I'm hoping that the idea there, while I'm doing it, will actually spur me on to keep at it, and also maybe make a bit of an archive, or maybe make me Brony famous by being the only Brony that actually visibly lost weight. I'm kidding. I'm kidding on that one. I'm kidding.
Hey, I gained weight. That's an improvement for me.
Okay, that works too.
My weight's up and down, so I don't know what I need anymore.
I was 140 going through college, which for my weight and for my size and everything is very bad.
And okay, I'm actually messing a little bit on the whole on that part, but it's just an idea I'm bouncing around with. So if you guys think it sounds interesting, let me know. I'm probably going to do it anyway regardless, but a little encouragement never hurts.
Circuit, I've got an idea for you.
What's that?
Cut back on the soda and sugary drinks by simply just drinking water.
What tea?
I started drinking just water, and it's not actually because I'm trying to improve myself. It's purely for the fact that I'm too lazy to take out recyclables.
Actually,
and it's expensive to drink a lot of soda.
Actually, that's pretty much my thing there. I don't drink a lot of soda anymore because it tends to be expensive. I mean, you get a bottle for what, $1.50 now? What kind of crap is that? It's a small bottle too.
And also, oh my gosh, the bottles are so small and you go through them so fast. I used to drink a lot of Gatorade, and then I got tired of the piles of Gatorade bottles, and now I'm just drinking water because I'm too lazy to take it outside.
And tea is fun.
That's why I focus on 2 liters, and if I want Gatorade, get yourself the powdered thing, and then just a bottle, shake it in.
Yeah, exactly.
That works. I've just been going with straight up water from the tap, and it seems to be working out fine.
Except I'm not allowed to have crap loads of sugar anymore. Ugh.
That's pretty much what I do. Just water from the tap.
Are you telling me that like your water from the tap is full of sugar? Where are you from?
The United States. He's probably in the middle of Coke Central.
That would explain something.
No, that's me.
They just put sugar in the drinking water. They're not even trying to hide it anymore. Okay. All right, but yeah, let's actually get back on track here. We do got quite a bit of news because we got to catch up on 2 weeks because I was sick. Granted, we did talk a little bit about some of it, so we're probably going to buzz through some. But let's go ahead and start off. Beginning with Hasbro has greenlit a collaboration with luxury handbag designer. Blah, blah, blah. Seriously, what kind of name is that? Rainy? Rainy? But essentially, we are probably going to see ponies in high-end high-end fashion bags. What do we care? We're just talking about it. That's about it.
They'll be interesting to see.
That's about it. It'll be interesting to see, and that's pretty much it. Next, Gameloft has started the My Little Pony Road to Friendship Adventure. And while I'm quickly updating mine because I do got to talk to Hoofster and to get a couple of my turn-ins for the next few hours, CMC, what are your thoughts on this? Thank you, phone.
I just wanted to say hi.
I believe I mentioned about this entire update that, yeah, they're just rehashing other event designs they've already done, and I'm already about to get Who Far with 2 days, 9 hours left.
Circuit, is your phone ringtone the 1980s My Little Pony theme song?
No, that was actually the little tone that they give you, that the mobile game gives you whenever all your characters are done, or it wants you to keep playing it.
Oh.
Yep.
I'm just curious if I can make the 1980s My Little Pony theme song be my ringtone.
You can.
There's ringtone makers and stuff out there.
There's no reason to stop you there. But yeah, be sure to check it out, though. You literally only have 2.5 days to get everything if you haven't started yet. So you better get started. Moving on. WizKids has announced paintable pony figures.
Yep.
So,
I've seen that all over the place on Twitter.
Yeah, so this is kind of exciting. For $5, you can buy one of these little minifigures that you can paint however you want.
Oh my god, you can make your OC.
You can actually, well, you can make an off color of your OC. Like, get Twilight Sparkle and color your OC colors and say, this is my original character, Donut Steel.
Oh, that is so old. I love it, though, still.
Yeah.
I remember that at Midwest Brony Fest.
Yes!
Yeah, but I still love it regardless. It was a great parody.
In before someone paints Rainbow Dash to look like therapy.
I would be so for that. But still, it's pretty awesome that they're making these little figures that you can paint, and you can also use them however you'd like to, for like maybe group tabletop sessions or something like that. So that's nice. I like that. Of course, we will try to get some as they come out, so stay tuned to this Brony channel. Next, who loves the wonderful world of Gumball?
The Amazing World of Gumball, you mean?
Yep.
Yes, that
The
one too.
amazingly wonderful world of Gumball.
The amazing, wonderful world of Gumball, I guess. But amazing world of Gumball. But who likes it?
I
Sure.
like it.
I mean, there's some good episodes.
Yep. Well, it looks like Gumball just decided to put in their 2 cents on ponies. Or the Brony community, in fact. They did a Brony reference. Let's take a listen and watch YouTube immediately block us.
Wait, where are you going? To the Brony convention in Liechtenstein. Where do you think I'm going? Going to Fuzzy's house. It's more fun being more jelly than a peanut butter sandwich. Jelly.
So, apparently we have a Brony convention in Liechtenstein.
Liechtenstein? Yeah, that's not a bad place to go.
That sounds like a great place to go.
Yeah, why not?
There's anything wrong with that. Okay, everybody, make a convention there. You got your plans now.
Yep. No, I gotta admit, I love the hell out of Gumball. I think Gumball is hilarious and awesome and fun.
Yeah, it really goes by episode for me.
Yeah.
There are some episodes I just can't sit there and watch.
Well, that's kind
Yeah.
of the good thing about a show like that. It is a little bit of slice of life, but it also goes, hey, let's try something different.
We're gonna go ahead and move on here. Now, in the comics, as we already announced, Spirit of the Forest has come out. This is the new side story dealing with the Cutie Mark Crusaders, and I actually did read the first issue of the comic dealing with their campsite that was first being destroyed by litter, and now it's being deforested by a greedy corporate man who wants to share the forest with everybody by making cheap furniture with the trees. Can anybody take a wild guess who's the corporate money scumbag?
Celestia.
Actually, yes.
Yeah, I'm good.
No, unfortunately, it's Rent Uncle Pennybags. Okay, no, in all honesty, it's,
Filthy.
Filthy Rich. Yeah, Filthy Rich. Yeah, for some reason I was trying to remember his name because I kept thinking Spoiled Rotten. No, that it was Spoiled Milk, wasn't it? No, I can't remember her damn name. But no, yeah,
Fancy
it
pants?
no
Yes, it's Spoiled Milk.
Filthy
Yes,
Rich's
Spoiled
wife.
Milk.
Filthy Rich's wife.
Mhm.
Spoiled.
Milk
It's Spoiled
and
Rich, right?
Spoiled Rich.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
spoiled rich now.
Yeah. So yeah, Filthy Rich.
Filthy Rich has always been a pretty chill guy, I've noticed, at least in the show.
Yeah.
His wife, though, is something else.
Yeah. Of course, the comic is only in issue 1. What happens with the Cutie Mark Crusaders, the deforestation of their beloved forest, and also the spirit of the forest. That is probably going to be akin to something out of Princess Mononoke, and will be very interesting to see.
Nah,
You
fuck
gotta
that.
give back its head!
Yeah, fuck that. We're getting a Tim Curry smoke monster.
Whatever floats
But
the
will we get the
budget.
rapping bat? We have to have the rapping bat, otherwise this is not Fun Gully.
Alright, well, we're going to ignore the Rapping Bat, and instead we're going to talk about the other comic that is coming out very, very, very soon. As in, probably later this week, if I recall correctly. The Friendship is Magic 78, or the final part of the giant story arc with Cosmos. The other chaos creature that has a good chunk of Equestria in her thrall right now. What's going to happen? I'm not even sure what happened yet. But we will talk about this whole thing very briefly. When we get a chance to get all the comics, sit down and read it, and we don't have about 5 episodes to catch up on. But yes, it's actually an exciting story arc, and you should definitely check it out if you have not. But for those of you who are like, but Joshua, Circuit don't know. We like manga. We want to read. Oh, what the hell?
We want to be as racist as possible.
Yes, let's see how far.
Oh.
Well, the My Little Pony manga is due to come out, and they have revealed the covers and information of issues 2 and 3.
They're so colorful.
But yeah, the first one is literally due in 8 days. Done by David Lumsden Shea. I'm pretty sure I mispronounced that horribly. And I do apologize.
David, yes, that sounds very American. Then you go up to the rest, you're like, okay, what is that?
It's David okay. It's Davidson. But no, $8 and you get a pony manga. How in the world could you go wrong with that? I am going to pick this up.
It looks durable.
Oh, I see. No, it's by 2 people. David Lumsden is the author, and Shea is the illustrator.
Oh, okay.
Shea, apparently known for illustrated Fairy Tales, Princess Collection, Pride and Prejudice, Avalon, Amazing Agent Luna, the list goes on, and gets somewhat provocative. Vampire Cheerleader, Paranormal Mystery.
Hey, Vampire Cheerleader's a good one. What was that one again?
And also David Lumsden, who's done Street Fighter vs. Darkstalkers, Sandra on the Rocks, Menage. Okay, I'm moving away now.
There's too many.
Oh, Alley House. Oh, she was the artist on that. That's actually a good one.
Yeah. But yeah, they both have pretty good pedigree, so I am excited to see what happens with this. So get ready for that to come out. And let's move right along here, clearing the slate. A bit of unfortunate news. Boulder Media has dropped a little bit of hype about Rainbow Road Trip, which will be coming out at the end of this month. But they have also announced that they are not working at this time on anything related to Equestria Girls. Whether that means that they may be working on stuff later, or somebody else is working on it, or it could also mean that Equestria Girls might be seeing its final run after the specials. Which admittedly is a little sad, but yeah. So we will let you know more as we find out about it, but Yeah, we might be seeing the ending adventures of Sunset Shimmer about the same time as we see the ending adventures of Twilight Sparkle outside of specials. But let's move on to more cheery news. BronyCon PMV contest. The collaboratory is looking for people to enter the BronyCon PMV contest, and they are trying to make it the biggest yet, considering it will be the last one at BronyCon. So if you or anybody you know is interested, they literally have 3 days to make a PMV and get it submitted.
Hurry!
That again, along with Cole to help.
Say what?
Remember the teenager thing that Cole and Creature did from season 8's opener?
Yeah. But yeah, I really wish I gave more time to do this. Jeez.
Yeah, it's like 3 days. Okay.
Well, it was out a couple of days. It was out a couple of days earlier, but yeah, they didn't even give you a week
Okay,
before
so
they brought that out.
Give people like 2 weeks, like a month or 2 weeks notice at least.
Yeah.
Because we have busy lives.
But if you can, or you know anybody that's interested, let them know and let them know. Do it now. Do it now.
No.
And as we announced last week, a musical production of My Little Pony Live is in the works. That's all we know. Moving on. Stranger Things Upside Down Applejack. Apparently in Netflix there was a weird thing about an alternative parallel dimension called Upside Down. And apparently they also had a thing of ponies being upside down. And they have actually released an Applejack that is upside down.
Yeah, for those that don't know, Stranger Things basically standard 80s adventure thing, only a little bit more
in all honesty, Toa, if they don't know what Stranger Things is, I don't think we're going to be able to explain it within a 1 minute block.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Stranger Things, also known as the show that apparently got New Coke to come back.
Yeah, that's a really weird one.
But I guess that's launching in this summer. That there's going to be that out. Which, by the way, I found an article by the Houston Chronicle. They apparently got their hands on some of it early. They literally found people in the office that were born after it had come out and didn't know anything about the whole fuss that went on with it. Pretty much, they tried to do the blind taste test. They tasted the first cup, which was the New Coke, and they were like, "Dude, no, that's horrible."
I can't wait. This is going to be great. They bring out New Coke back just for us to find out just how terrible it really was.
Yeah, but
they like it because it's terrible.
And I do find it funny that we're talking about Stranger Things, and literally the dessert I ate tonight was an ice cream pizza from Baskin Robbins that was themed after Stranger Things.
Perfect.
Why not?
I don't see anything wrong.
At least the Lego Stranger Things thing with the actual upside down of the house.
All right, and now for the last few announcements here. Pony Wheelchair has been shown off. There was a little wheelchair festival thing going on, and it looks like this pony wheelchair was one of the things that was shown off, which is, as awesome as this looks, I have to imagine this is probably the most cumbersome wheelchair in existence.
Yeah, it's like, I got blind spots. People better back me up now.
Hold on, I got no beepers. You better make sure you get out of the way, because I'm going to run through. I can't even see what's in front of me. Somebody better push. This was definitely designed for pushing. There is no way.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. But it still looks great regardless, so mad props on that one.
Yeah, it looks good, yeah.
Yeah, it just...
Definitely not for everyday use.
Definitely not. No. And finally, at least in the interesting category, the My Little Pony baking book is now available.
I have it actually in my hands.
Good for you. I don't have one yet. However, it's mostly because, unfortunately, I had bills, mostly paying for the Brony Show website to make sure that we continue going for the year. By the way, we're all paid up, everybody, so Brony Show continues for another year. At least in site form. However, yeah, I will be getting this as soon as I can, and I will be trying out the recipes and reporting on them. So
I can give you a list of all the recipes right now.
You can, but I don't want you to. We're doing this legitimately.
Fine.
Oh, I guess in some weird news, on Twitter I seen some guy for an anniversary got a Mustang and vinyl wrapped it as Rainbow Dash.
Nice.
And I'm like, okay. And we're talking about the Ford Mustang, just so you know.
Right.
not a horse.
No, I think, well, it'd be kind of weird to wrap an actual horse, but I don't.
I just want people go, what the?
People be crazy, second. People be crazy.
People do be
I'm
crazy.
kind of sad I didn't save the post. I now have to go clear back in my Twitter stuff. But
All right.
it was cool though.
But yeah, be sure to keep an eye out. We will be getting this book, trying out some of the recipes and reporting on them. So, yep, be ready for that. This is 50 different recipes, so I doubt we're gonna make them all at once too, unless I really want to give myself diabetes just after I announce I'm trying to go back on a health plan.
You can always substitute that for different things in the recipe. They actually have vegan stuff as a substitution.
Well, right, yeah. Anyway, moving on. Now, really quick announcements here. We're not going to show any of this for obvious reasons, but as we mentioned last week, big name tabletop YouTube channel Critical Role did their one shot of Tales of Equestria. If you have not checked it out, be sure to do so, but make sure you have at least 3.5 hours to spare because it is 3.5 hours long.
In other words, listen to it at work.
Listen to it at work or as maybe background noise while you're doing an intensive task, but it is still a lot of fun. It is recommended to check it out. And bare nipples. You will know what bare nipples, that is all. Next, another thing that you may want to check out, Brony's react to the MLP Season 9 premiere. This is also over an hour long. We will not be watching it on the show today because it's over an hour long. So check that out when you can. Also background or maybe watch it with a bucket of popcorn and just giggle yourself silly. Lots of good stuff there. Also, this is also an hour long. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, and My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, Elements of Justice crossover Turnabout Theater has been released. This is a sequel to the original Turnabout Storm that came out a few years ago.
I think a few years is generous. It's probably been almost 5.
Well, give me a break here. I didn't want to say 5 or 6 without knowing exactly how many. But in any case, it has been a number of years, both since the fiction and also since the release of Turnabout Storm. And this is part 1 of, it says 2 parts, but I don't know if it's just 2 parts altogether or 2 parts of a much bigger storyline. Either case, it is an hour of really good voice acting, a really interesting story. And if you love the Phoenix Wright games, you will enjoy this. Believe me, it is good stuff, and you should definitely check it out.
You're not my mom.
I am not. I am just your Brony Show coordinator to tell you all the good stuff. Now, of course, we're going to go into fan submissions and suggestions. The challenge of 2 weeks ago of ponies and spaghetti. And I'm just going to double check real fast, but yeah, unfortunately, it looks like even after giving people another week, I'm guessing with school getting out, summer starting to hit, a lot of fun stuff. Oh, I stand corrected. We did have another entry. I am sorry. Dr. Bristle, thank you for your entry. I just grabbed it right now. But unfortunately, these are the only entries we've gotten so far.
Yeah.
And I think something has gone wrong with my email on my phone here. So while I mess with that a little bit here, let's go ahead and take a look at our entries. Of course, since we got Dr. Bristles just in, we're going to go ahead and give him the first running. And we have Dr. Bristle in a sweatshirt with a giant plate of spaghetti apparently being yelled at by a floating Mario head.
Yay, sweatshirt.
Yay.
So, of course, we do see... Actually, this is interesting. So, I do see that we got the Bristle hand-drawn... personally drawn of Mario's head and the sweater. Bristle himself being a pony model creator. And the spaghetti is interesting.
I think that's clip art.
Oh, it is a public domain clip art.
Ah!
Though I gotta give him credit. It may be public domain, but he still cited a source.
Well, here's the thing. It may be public domain, but not everyone knows that it is. Like Happy Birthday was.
Well, the thing about public domain and reciting sources is reciting sources is only really requested as well as necessary if it's not public domain. But
Again,
I get it. Not everybody knows it, but it's not everybody that you have to worry about. It's the person that's actually creating the thing. But in any case, I do got to give Bristle a little bit of credit about reciting the source, even if it was public domain. And we're going to go ahead and move right along to Toa Interruptus. Toa, of course, is handing a spaghetti plate to Circuit. And yeah, I wouldn't know what to make of spaghetti being made by a robot with no taste buds.
Don't trust it.
And apparently I'm also wearing a sweater, which may be a little hard to read, but says Twife Oo for life oo.
He's got you pegged, Circuit.
Well, he does, except it's Twife, and then the U is under below, so...
Yeah, this is all done in paint. I didn't break out GIMP just to do this image.
Even though you had a whole nother week to do something with it. Fair enough.
I've been busy. What do you think? A lot of the stuff's been last minute.
Alright. But yes, Toa did bring out the plate of spaghetti. We do have the sweater. And we do have Circuit. And now a surprise entry, and also one that we will be talking a little bit about. We have Coal Dust himself with Flash Sentry eating a plate of spaghetti.
Do I really count as an entry?
I cast out my thing. This wins because Cole drew something.
This does not win. If anything, it disqualifies me because I did my own challenge.
Second?
Well, he has to disqualify himself in that regard, but I can still give him props for doing the entry regardless.
Alright, that's cool.
So,
but yeah.
Your GIF is blocking the corner of it, Circuit.
okay, hold on, I'm working on it here.
Hooray for brownie points.
Look at that image. That is awesome. Cole should draw more. People should like him more.
No, people shouldn't like me more, but I should draw more. That is true.
Actually, that is why I am bringing up the point here. As much as we continue to give you guys challenges, a lot of the times we don't take up the challenges ourselves.
Yeah, you lazy people.
Trust me, I am not an artist.
Well, neither are we, but that's the whole point. The whole point is to practice and just to try. Or not even just to be an artist, maybe make a song about spaghetti. Maybe make a video about spaghetti.
Mom, spaghetti, it's ready.
I mean, the whole point is not just to do art. The whole point is to be an expression. To actually create
one spaghetti.
To basically create something inspired by both ponies and a topic. But in any case, enough preaching aside there. Coal Dust has inspired me on this, and I am going to try from now on to actually do a personal entry for the challenge of the week. Not only just to practice on my own skills in either arting, writing, or what have you. Even if I have to do arithmetic somehow, I will find a way. But along with that, I would hope that it also inspires those of you who haven't submitted an entry because you may not feel like you have a lot of great skill to try it anyway. Because sometimes it's even the pencil drawings that can do really good stuff or even get you started somewhere.
Yeah, it's like, look at Baron Engel. He is professional, and pretty much all he does is traditional art, and that's what he's done for almost 40 years now.
And also take a look at Round Trip. He does literal stick ponies, but he makes videos out of them, and they're still a riot, and everybody loves and knows those figures.
Also, the fact
two completely different ends of the spectrum too. So yeah.
Yeah, completely different ends. Completely different ends of the spectrum. But yeah, the whole way that you're going to keep the Brony community going is to continue creating content. That's always what these goals are for. And as much as I love talking about this podcast, sometimes I feel like it's not exactly creating content, it's just talking about the content. Yes, showing off the content is important, but it's also important to create the stuff too.
Ooh, does this mean that we're going to have a PMV making competition? Because I'd love to make another PMV again.
I think I need to
We're
learn.
even nicer than BronyCon. We'll give you a week. Solid week.
I think I'm going to at least need a couple more months to learn how to work Vegas in general before that. But maybe we will. Maybe we will do a PMV contest. I mean, heck, but yeah, all things possible. But yeah, that's the whole premise here. So I am challenging myself to start submitting for the weekly challenge. And I also challenge everybody here to submit as well if they can.
I guess I can. I should draw more.
And speaking of which, next week's challenge. Of course, the challenge I have, I think I might have accidentally stolen from somebody. So quickly backtracking on it and rethinking about on this for a little bit. I want to do Pinkie Pie and baking in celebration of the cooking of the baking book. Is she baking a cake? Is she baking cupcakes? Is she just completely baked? Did she finally get into that stash that we always figured that she's been hiding? However,
she's clearly baked while baking.
Don't let her into the catnip.
However, Pinkie Pie is baking or being baked, you gotta decide for yourself to display it. Is it a song about her baking at 2 a.m? Is it a fan fiction about her writing her 100th cupcake recipe? And unfortunately, it ends up exploding.
Double props if you remember to invite Rainbow Dash.
But it could also be interpretive dance. Do you go out in a video and interpret the dance of Pinkie Pie and baking? Or maybe you actually decide to dress up like Pinkie Pie and bake something.
Please don't do the interpretive dance. I do not need that in my eye holes.
Yes, you do.
No.
We all want that.
See, what you need is me dressing up as Pinkie Pie from the spring break one, and doing the baking.
Mm.
Oh, no.
Or you can find a way to make exploding sprinkles just for a really offshoot baking topic.
Yeah, and see, here's the thing. You think that's a joke? I enjoy making comedic videos. I am totally down to do it.
There you go. He could do it. He might do it. He might just do it. We might be surprised. Maybe next week we'll see it. I don't know, but I want to.
Probably not in a week.
Probably not. But I do want to see what you guys come up with. So do your best to get something out there. And as for our entries here, Toa wins. I'll just give it to Toa. Though Bristle comes in at a sliding in at a close second, because that is pretty interesting that he would use clip art and actually still cite it. And the only reason Coldust doesn't win is because, well, he's Coldust. He gets mad props, all the points in the world, but yeah, he is part of the show, so.
Yeah, I am like I mean, I'm the one who makes the Protest Initiative Challenge, which means it is time for the Protest Initiative Challenge. Are you ready?
Yes, my throat can't take much more.
Good.
I'm not ready.
This week, your challenge is open windows.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Bonus points to anybody who draws me dressed as Mickey Pie in the open window.
Do it.
What you do is you just take it on his head,
Give me too much to work
and
with.
you draw an old pony trying to figure out how to use a computer, and they can't figure out how to open up the Windows tab. Alright.
Alright, and with that, we're
Joke
gonna
has
go.
been beaten like a dead horse.
Yeah, beat
Now,
the dead horse.
Circuit, you should be happy that I didn't go with my initial plan, which was draw the ship Circuit, which is Circuit and Suki, shipped together. If you want to add that, bonus points. I guess it's not crucial.
It's scary. But in any case,
Well, to do that, you have to make sure that the Suki's OC is easily findable.
Wait, what?
Because I
Suki,
know
you need
that
pictures of your
Circuits
OC.
is on the Brony Show website. I don't know if Suki's is.
In all honesty, I have a lot of Suki backlog that people can draw.
You
from.
do, but to the others.
Ship.
okay. Alright, well, in any case, let's go ahead and move on here. We have 2 episodes to talk about. And I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the one that I'm pretty sure is going to take up the majority of our time here.
Oh my gosh, we're talking about Trixie and Starlight. Oh, I'm so excited.
No, that's next week.
No, that's exactly what we're talking about. We're gonna talk about those shipping duos. Those two ship together so well. It's pretty much an odd couple at this point. I mean, I can't believe they haven't just started snogging yet on camera. They just get on and then there's like an entire half hour of them just snogging.
It's a love-hate relationship.
Yeah. In fact, here's a perfect picture to encapsulate them snogging. Wait.
I believe the appropriate phrase is slap, kiss relationship.
Okay, enough of saying snogging. It's actually making my...
I have the card.
But no, we are talking about frenemies to start.
Oh.
But yes, frenemies, which is definitely been the most interesting episode, not only this season, but they've done in general. At least in my opinion.
By the way, a lot of people are like, Chrysalis should have transformed into a different form because she accepted, air quotes here, friendship. My response to that is, no, she didn't, because it wasn't willingly given to her. She willingly said, no, screw that, I am not going that way. I am not going there.
I'm going to just get some...
Yeah, had their conversation at the peak gone one line further, then sure, but no.
Well...
Pay close attention, no.
No,
None of them truly accept it, they just start to.
Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into this here real fast because this isn't exactly where I expected to start this conversation.
Well, that's
but
one of the major issue people bring up. Like, that's incongruent. That's.
Look, hold it.
The major thing that I hear about in this episode is that Chrysalis is fucking adorable.
She is.
And creepy, because we get to learn all about
Yeah. She gets a weird bowl snake all hot and bothered and then sucks him dry. Right on camera. It's great.
Wait, we're still talking about MLP, right?
Yeah. Unfortunately, we still are. And nothing
wait, I meant to correct that. We're talking about broadcast My Little Pony, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, okay. Let's try to get this train. Well, first, I'm gonna go ahead and dispel this right off the bat. 1, the changelings changed not because they started to change their minds, but they decided to share their love. Chrissy did not share her love. She shared her magic, but that was kind of sucked out of her too. She didn't just like it out. Just didn't put it out. She didn't put her love out for all to see. No, she just like, okay, go ahead and suck it, you freaking asshole. So one, she didn't display her magic and pour it out like the other changelings did. So no, she wasn't going to change from that. Yeah, she was getting close to changing her mind about things. Changing her mind does not change her body. That just changes her perception. She wouldn't have changed.
While we're talking about characters sucking it in and spitting it out, I mean, like,
actually, hold on.
Shit.
Sorry, I just need to interrupt here real fast before we continue on here, because I want to make sure that people have time to start grabbing pics and stuff. So yeah, if you have favorite art, pictures, animations, anything about this episode, please go ahead and start posting it in our chat groups or into pics and GIFs in our Discord, and I will start grabbing them and putting them up as I go. But now that I've already talked about that, and I probably should have talked about it at the beginning of the show, what are you going to do?
I do want to see these burlap sack plushes.
Actually, I would love to see these as merchandise. I would love it so much.
Hey. Burlap sack ponies. I already did that, jerks.
Well, now we can do some more. But let's actually go ahead and start off with a quick synopsis of the episode. Of course, this takes place in the Tower of Doom, or the Cavern of Doom. Meanwhile, in the Cavern of... I only know that stupid Hall of Justice line. Meanwhile, in the Hall of Justice.
No, meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom.
Right, meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom, of course, it has basically Grogar trying to find his magical bell. And we start to see the annoying roommate scenario start to play out, with Cozy Glow tattling and trying to get Tarek in trouble. Tarek saying, don't believe her, she's annoying and pushy and stupid. And Chrissy, of course, losing her marbles because she is basically swallowing every single bit of race she's had since Season 2. And is basically the exact same equivalent of a Brony trying to swallow all of their headcanon from since Season 2. They are going completely deranged.
Yeah. Also,
and talking to a great stick.
Talking to a purple stick, which also leaves a lot of questions. But we're going to leave those questions alone for now. Because one, we can't exactly prove it.
And two, we really don't want to go above our rating.
Yeah. In any case, so after Grogar is like, you guys need to cooperate or else, they decide, you know what? No, we're not going to cooperate. Then Cozy goes like, you know what? I'm going to do the pony thing, and I'm going to just start singing, and somehow that's going to start getting things going. And of course, they start singing and dancing, and it leads to a wonderful song that I'm trying to parody a little bit, but I have no singing chops. However, of course, after the singing and being able to dance and pose, of course, Grogar comes up and says, what the hell are you doing? You're supposed to actually be doing something. And you know what? I'm going to go and have you get my bell. They say, what bell? They say, my bell. And then they say, what bell again? They get blasted through a wall and then teleported. You don't keep talking about the bell.
Wait, Cole, did we actually finish watching the thing where the bell comes from?
We did not.
Darn it.
Okay, well, those of you who actually know the original My Little Pony, Grogar actually does have a bell, though in that one, didn't it melt?
Spoilers, gosh.
Yeah, 1980 spoilers. I'm a horrible monster.
Clearly, there was too much cowbell involved.
Tell that to the people who watch Stranger Things circuit.
Too much cowbell.
I have a lot of questions about that, but I'm going to leave it alone. Okay. But yes, so they send them up to the mountains to get the bell. Chrissy tries to climb up and fails. Cozy Glow tries to cozy up to a guard that's been there since probably time immemorial and will probably die alone. And I have no idea what's in that cabin. I don't want to know what's in that cabin at this point. But, of course, that doesn't help. And she gets mad. And
Circuit, he at least gets the post. We know this because he managed to get the Twilight Bible.
yeah, he did get the Twilight Bible, which was hilarious.
Sorry, the Twible. The Twible.
The Twible.
All hell the tribal.
All hell Twible. And of course, we also deal with the fact that Tyrek does nothing. Because he takes 5 minutes to realize, yeah, Grogar was right. There is no way in hell none of us can do this alone. So I'm just going to sit here until the rest of them fail and then get ideas from them.
And I put the creature's name in the Picks and Gifts chat.
So after a while of failure and laughing at their failures, they come together. They start mocking Twilight because that is the one thing that they all have in common. They hate her guts. After an evening of mocking Twilight, they decide to start working together. They learn that friendship truly is magic. And then Chrissy realizes that they're being tainted and screams out the most amazing way I have ever seen anybody reject character change. Seriously, I like this moment where she's just thinking like, but everything worked out. This is wonderful, and it's nice to have people in. No! Just the sudden no!
I am not succumbing to this. I will not succumb.
No, I have seen those colorful Crayola knockoffs called the Changelings. I am not going. And of course, they realize that they should still work together. However, they are only working together long enough to try to kill each other after they get rid of Grogar, and they hide the bell, which becomes obvious fodder for whatever happens near the end of the season.
Series, remember.
Season.
Why are we talking about the same thing?
Because you're trying to correct me. And I do not stand for that. So yeah.
We get a lot of changeling forms that Chrysalis goes into, and it's amazing. We even get a goat!
We get a goat. We get a actually, the snake does have a name. I forget what the creature.
It's probably scrolled up a bit. Nope.
And we get the crocodile moving again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the crocodile.
I'll spell it out for you. Ophiotauр.
Oh, don't. No. You
No.
said Picks and Gifts.
Just if you can't pronounce it, just put it somewhere so somebody can.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, yep, this was so far at this moment, I'm going to say possibly, because we still have half a season to go, the only villain episode we have ever gotten on the show. Now, I say this because we've had plenty of episodes where the villains have come and gone, but the main six have been there, or the main six's proteges, or the main six's proteges, or the main six's students. But either way case, there was a combination of good guys and bad guys. This was the only episode where it is nothing but bad guys and one guy that gets run over by a bunch of snow because he was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Amazingly, he survived.
He's okay. No, he's okay. He probably deals with that a lot. He's used to it. But along with this actually brought out a lot of information and a lot of lore, especially with how these characters are. Essentially, we find out that we find out a little more about Tyrek, that he basically is completely exasperated with Cozy Glow, to the point where he'll agree to anything just to get her to go the hell away.
Well, this is what you get for having her
And
as
that
a pen pal.
Chrysalis will go to a meeting for cupcakes.
Chrysalis apparently loves cupcakes. And let's see, chat room, what do we got here? Chrysalis absorbed. Ofantaro says she feed on its love. Legend goes that Olympians burn the innards of this monster in order to obtain great strength to fight the Titans. Knowing this and seeing how powerful Tyrek... Oh, that's an interesting idea.
Yeah, Chrysalis had just taken in this being's energy before Tyrek took Chrysalis's energy, which is why he went all the way up to Form 4.
So basically, it was an ultra power.
Well, that and Chrissy, but was probably hungry as hell, so she hadn't eaten into long.
They just did a dual power up.
But yeah, Ponyman, it's a snake cow. A lot of these creatures are based in mythology to some extent, so they are out there if you look. Which is one really reason I do like the show, just because they have a lot of mythological creatures that you would not think about. Granted, they're probably not in the exact forms and ideas that they originally came out with, but nonetheless. Okay, anyway, moving right along here. Yeah, we just kind of got to see the general temperaments and how they're kind of getting along with one another and their thought processes. Basically the whole idea of Chrissy is she's just basically seething onto the whole point of revenge. That's all she wants in life, and she's gotten so obsessed with it that basically it's driven her kooky bananas. And Tyrek, of course, just wants to be big, bulky biceps guy that apparently is smarter than everybody, too.
In fairness, he's the one that kind of helped with Cozy Glow's plan, so we know he's smart.
Well, yeah, but he even said it himself. He didn't expect her to just, drain all of Equestria's magic. Actually, that was a fun part of the episode, that they kind of blasted each other for their plans. Tyrek had all the magic and lost it, and yet it's revenge handed to you. Seriously, I'm surprised that more people haven't jumped onto the whole Chrissy singing to Tyrek's ass.
Also, the fact that it's a good bear.
But in any case, I've been taking up a little bit of the time, a lot of the time here. What are people's thoughts on the episode here?
It's just nice to have a villain episode.
Other than Toa. Really? Nobody?
It was so funny to see them sing and dancing.
Oh, sorry, but I wasn't. Sorry, I actually wasn't paying attention for a moment there.
Basically, I was asking for people's thoughts on the Frenemies episode.
It was good. That's about all I can really say.
Yep, it was good.
You mean we're actually supposed to watch the episodes?
Well, yeah.
Well, I would like to think so, especially since this one's been out for a few weeks now. And this was before they started to, unfortunately, shoot them out like Pez.
I didn't watch the first one of the season yet.
It's interesting, it's fun, it gives me a lot of ideas of what's going to be going on, and crazy fan theories. And yeah.
Alright. Admit, I did kind of like the Cozy Glow was the only one that was actually dressed for winter weather and all of this.
She's a pony. She gets affected by the weather. The other two have, well, Crystal's is a bug, so she's got the keratin outer skin, and Tyrek just doesn't care.
Okay, yeah, I wish I could show this whole comic here, but it just shows a little storyboard, happy-go-lucky singing thing, and just Chrissy waking up from a nightmare, just like, we are so getting reformed after this, aren't we?
Give it a bit second. Someone will do a comic dub of it.
Okay, that's kind of funny and messed up.
What? That's an interesting meme.
Right? Oh yeah, not just going
And
through
we
the.
get a lot of great cozy faces.
Oh,
So many.
Cozy was all over the place with this one, especially when she was starting to completely lose it. I'm cute and lovable. You're supposed to love me.
Oh. Oh, she got full. She went full dollar dimple on that.
Well, she was being denied her special talent of being manipulative.
Well, also she had to deal with a book that she once swore by and now hates.
I wish that image was a little bit clearer. Just her stuck in the snowball there.
It was great to see that trope go by.
Of course, here's Tarek a little more powered up now. And of course, I need a detailed list of all the ways I'm a failure. Yeah, you know what? You could do a whole thing on just the faces of Cozy Glow here.
They are really stepping up the game for the faces for this final season.
Oh no, the faces this whole season have been ridiculously great, which is fun. I mean, the first seasons it was a lot more slapstick and rubbery, and now there's actually they got a lot more animation chops down. They can get all these crazy faces and expressions going on. It's just gloriously wonderful.
Also, just to interrupt, the Avengers video game comes out May 15th.
Yay, moving on.
Here.
Oh yeah, this part was great. Just you see the big dark shadow following Chrissy, and she just scares the living shit out of it.
I do wonder what creature lives on this mountain.
I don't know, but there's got to be a joke about being able to scare away the shadows with that somehow.
Well, considering that the actual Pony of Shadows is no more, at least we hope.
You don't know if you well.
Oh, right, yes. Cozy says that she has a plan, and it's that little picture. Not much of a plan.
Of course, I do also like how the villains, the villains basically blasting themselves at their own thing. Like, I'm supposed to be the manipulative one, please. We know what you're trying to do, and everybody's like, why are you cocooning them, Chrissy? Oh well, I leave a little bit more for breakfast. You gotta have a good breakfast.
Comments about Discord was better before he was reformed.
Oh yeah.
Well, to be fair, Tyrek, you lost because Discord more or less reformed.
And of course, Chrissy changing into an Ursa Minor, though that is the smallest Ursa Minor ever. I think there might be a size limitation to the changes though, obviously.
May I remind you of Celis as that big thing?
That could still be a size limit. I mean, if
Celis wasn't even that big, Toa. Did you not see when she turned into that thing in like Starlight's office, like in the episode where
Oh, you talking about the bugbear? Yeah, that's still bigger than her.
well, yeah, it's still bigger than her, and so is that. But
normal bugbear.
But being double the size of your normal compared to an actual Ursa Minor, which is the size of a freaking building, and this is obviously not the size of a building. I'm just saying that there's a limit, or else do you think Chrissy would just find out how to turn into an Ursa Major and just stomp all over a city?
Are we going Godzilla? Because we got Tyrek right there.
Chrissy Zilla. Whoa! Oh wow, that is an expression change.
Oh, that animation of my eyes go tiny and I'm disgusted.
The pinpricks and angry face. Oh, I love it. But yeah, I'm just going through these images here.
Yeah, I think we've hit all the talking points of this episode.
Yeah, it really was a really fun episode. The song was great and on point. I actually listened to it more than a few times, and again, trying to work on a parody of it. Really, Coal Dust, really.
What, this photo?
He knows what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think that's pushing an image, pushing it there.
Cole, no.
I don't see the problem.
It's not the problem. It's the fact that we can't really show that when we're trying to still stay under R.
Without getting into trouble with YouTube.
Yeah.
But it doesn't show anything.
All right. So,
we want to get in trouble with YouTube. Oh, I'll find the pictures of the bench press scene.
No. Please don't get us in trouble with YouTube, damn it.
That is so easy.
I know it's easy. That's the problem. It's too easy.
Fun for the whole family, Circuit.
Exactly.
All right. Well,
and the whole family includes the adults.
All right. Well, let's just to quickly sum it up real fast. The episode was good. I really liked it. So far, in all honesty, this whole season has been a lot of great episodes and some good ones. There was only one that I've had a bit of a bitter taste to, but I still enjoy some of it. But in all honesty, considering it's been going on for 9 seasons and that's what the track record we have so far, it's a great record. That is great stuff. I doubt any series can say that they've gone 9 without ended up having some really bad ones running in.
The only one that really X people would be the reason we have the friendship book in the show. Oh, but also that other time it's kind of out of the hands of the episode itself.
We're going to go ahead and move on here. Well, in any case, anybody have any other quick final thoughts about the episode and your thoughts on it? Okay, fine. I'll put this one up, but I won't do any more, okay?
Uh-oh.
Actually, you know what? Never mind. I'm going to just do this one from DM21. But any other final thoughts on the episode here before we move on?
I wish I'd rewatched it before we started this. In hindsight, I have more things to say.
Honestly, I kind of wanted to do the same thing, but I didn't have the time either.
I've got the mind of a goldfish.
No, you have the mind of a coal dust.
And I have the mind of a full-time worker that's whose job is slowly sucking his soul. It hurts.
At least didn't pull 30 things for internet sales today.
Touché. All right, well, let's go ahead and move on to the other episode we're going to talk about. Of course, we're going to talk about the snipe hunt.
AKA proving that Bloom did not cause her parents' death yet.
Okay, we're
You really like to jump ahead, don't you?
He does that a lot, and it drives me crazy. Going to seed. Of course, we are talking about going to seed and the snipe hunt, or the hunt for the great seedling. Who, in all honesty, I do kind of like some of the fan art that's been coming out of the great seedling.
Is the great pumpkin Charlie Brown?
Sorry, correction. It's a freaking Saw's bug or whatever dealing a Pokemon. Just MLP.
Right.
Okay, I'm just gonna put this image up for a moment because it is kind of funny. Thank you, Coal Dust. But yeah, everybody grab your images of the it's the great seedling Charlie Brown. Sorry, my brain just kind of hiccup there. And well, I go ahead and talk about it. Now, of course, the episode is pretty standard for an Applejack episode. The apple farm is going to be at its busiest it's been in a long time because every tree is going to bloom at going to harvest at the exact same time, which means that they have a limited amount of time to harvest all of them before the apples will go bad, go rotten, get eaten by bats. I don't know. They have a limited time for some reason or another.
You know, pre-planning would solve all of this. Okay.
Well, I'm pretty sure they pre-planned as best as they can plan, but unfortunately the pre-planned kind of superseded the plan, so they ran out of plan before they could plan the pre-planned.
You know, I have to wonder how this is all going to go down as far as like supply and demand for this harvest goes. Because if they harvested it all at once, then that means then, like, will ponies want to buy it all at once? I know she's got an apple seller, but how long will the apples last with the apple seller involved? This all bothers me.
Well, let's go. Okay, let's go
man.
ahead and jump into this then. There are ways that they can preserve the apples in a way that can be still useful later down the line. They could actually make their... There's jams and jellies. There's also preservatives and famous... And the ciders. That's exactly what I wanted to jump into. The famous apple cider, which we know... Let's face it, we know it's alcoholic. And in order for the alcohol to brew, it's got to be fermented, which means it's got to be put up in a barrel with a bunch of stuff and left to sit for months. You can't tell me that they won't take full advantage of that in order to make sure they make full use of all these apples.
I mean, hell, depending on the type of alcohol you're making, you might leave that shit for years.
Oh, there you go. The vintage Applejack cider. We're talking the stuff that's in the gilded bottles, and you actually see the original pear harvest. What the pear jam?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm getting some tea because my brain just decided to explode.
The
And
brain be melting.
My brain be melting, man. I don't know what I'm going on anymore. Okay, so the episode, getting back to what we were trying to talk about with the episode. So, the apple harvest is coming in all at once, so they have to get everything together. They try to get help from their families, and instead they get Goldie Delicious and the Brigade of 99 Cats.
And while Applejack is listing off potential helpers, her eyes do a thing when she says Honeycrisp. And it makes me want to ship her and Honeycrisp. Honeycrisp isn't an actual pony we've seen in products or in show at all before.
Well, it's simple. Honeycrisp is a bear.
Okay.
The Honeycrisp is a bear. Can't get enough of that Honeycrisp. Wrong song, but we're still gonna run with it. But no, yeah. Getting back on whatever track we ever have. So yeah, they managed to get Goldie Delicious because that's the only help they can get, but they still welcome it. At the same time, Goldie Delicious decides what better way to spear on getting everybody to work together and try to harvest all these apples than to distract Apple Bloom by talking about the snipe. I mean the great seedling, which rises out of the seedling patch and gives presents to all the good boys and girls. No, seriously, there's so many different parallels we can draw from this, it's not even funny. But I'm still going to try anyway and laugh the whole way. So, Apple Bloom decides, you know what, I'm going to grab the great seedling, and that way we can do harvest whenever we want. And Applejack won't have to destroy herself, her family, her relatives, and everybody in between in order to harvest all of these apples. Meanwhile, Applejack is destroying herself, her family, and everybody in between to harvest the apples because Apple Bloom decides that she must build traps. So we get some wonderful scenes of a very sleepy Big Mac trying to harvest apples, and of course a very smug Applejack harvesting better than Big Mac. Seriously, that was one of the best scenes that I saw in the entire thing, with Big Mac literally kicking a tree so hard it slaps down onto the basket and then flops back up. And then Applejack basically roadhousing 4 trees around her and getting.
Oh yeah, I do want to go through that frame by frame, Cole.
Actually, the one thing that drives me crazy, there are no animations of a Big Mac kicking the tree like that.
Someone took a GIF of that?
I have yet to find one. If anybody finds one, please.
We got to know.
But yeah, so the whole time, Apple Bloom is trying to find evidence and capture the great seedling. And then as things are going on, strange things are happening. Trees are getting harvested throughout the night unexpectedly. Weird patterns of apples are appearing on the ground. And Applejack gets told of the horrible story where she got caught in one of her own traps as her parents died off screen, leading to horrible traumatization, thinking that she could have saved them. No, that would have been interesting, wouldn't it? But no. Hold on. Sorry. That came out of nowhere.
That makes a little bit more sense, though, for that comic. Okay. But
in all honesty, though, it was kind of funny because we actually got to see a moment where Apple Bloom was being carried around by Pear Butter. Thank you, Brain. By Pear Butter, which basically blows out the whole fan theory that Apple Bloom's birth destroyed the parents.
Oh, shit. You know what? That actually blows up my theory. Okay. This is the episode that finally destroys my theory that Apple Bloom is the love child between Big Macintosh and Braybird.
Okay.
It's finally destroyed, and I'm sad.
I'm pretty sure many things were destroyed that day. Anyway.
I can get the Google Doc. I can get the Google Doc.
Don't get the Google Doc. We're going to go ahead and move on.
We need the Google Doc.
No, we do not.
Yes, we need the doc.
Of course, this still begs the question, what the hell happened with Pear Butter, though?
Yes,
with Brett Mac and Pear Butter. Nobody knows what the hell happened, but apparently all three of them were born at some point before something happened. So, whatever happened, Apple Bloom was at least a baby in that time.
And we will never know.
We will probably never know. It is literally going to be one of the mysteries that is going to be left to the fandom to fill. Which, in all honesty, I'm okay with. I am more than okay with
Unless they fill that in the second half of the season.
No, I don't see that happening.
That is not happening. There's no way they're going to address it.
No.
They've already acknowledged that they are dead, and they are never going to tell us why.
We were just grateful that we got to see their parents.
You know what? Yeah, we're grateful we actually know what they look like. And that it was done in a wonderfully romantic way that all the bronies were, aww. And then it was done with William Shatner, which all the bronies were, ah. And he actually pulled out a good performance. It was like, oh. And then everybody
and then as soon as you figure out, like, oh, they're gone, now you go, oh.
And then everybody's hoping that we end up getting Patrick Stewart in at some point.
Yeah.
Because we already got Q, we got the original Star Trek captain. Come on, let's get the awesome bald guy.
It's pretty amazing.
Let's get the bald guy in here. Come on. Patrick Stewart would be awesome. But yes. And so Applejack decides to, after kind of getting over herself and getting more and more excited, let her inner child in and starts to try to set up traps to capture the great seedling while still also trying to harvest apples in the morning with Big Mac, who basically looks like me every single time I try to go to work. And that's when the giant cat swarm decides to invade Ponyville. Nobody was left alive.
Ooh, I found the Google Doc. Okay.
No. Just no. Seriously, has anybody tried to name any of these cats?
Too many.
Not really.
There's a lot of cats.
Okay.
Heck, I can see one is doubled just in that shot there.
True, there's definitely a few doubles in there, though I have to give them credit for having only maybe a few doubles in all of that.
Well, the doubles that I'm seeing are different angles. Because I'm seeing back head shots and front head shots.
But still, there's a lot of recolors.
On the left, top and bottom.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a twist to the head.
True.
Gotta save that animation budget somehow.
Well, yeah, then drawing 100 different cats would probably be crazy.
Crazy cat people.
And of course, we also see Applejack when she finally gets in touch with the great apple cider. This is why they don't let her touch it after it's been in a barrel for 100 years.
This is why you sell it. You don't drink it.
Seriously, this was one of the best jokes that I've seen so far. Just the Roadhouse. Roadhouse. But yeah, the original plan had Big Mac and Applejack. Actually, if you take a look, it looks like Big Mac actually does more work than Applejack does, but only just by a little bit.
Yeah, they're
If you look at the map,
even,
yeah.
and they've given the smallest to Apple Bloom and.
Well, that makes sense.
area.
It makes sense on Apple Bloom's side. It makes sense on Apple Bloom and Granny, but between Applejack and Big Mac, it's just hilarious that Big Mac is the one that has to pick up the slack.
The odd thing about this, the way that they've spread things out, and the fact that as we're going about through the season and the bucking, why are they all in the same areas?
You know what? There's one thing I do want to bring out here real fast. I am so happy. Yeah, why are they in the same areas? No. Getting back on track. I'm happy. I'm happy because Winona has made a return.
We got the Poocher. Turns out she's not dead.
The Poocher is still around.
But have we seen Tank since winter?
Turns out he froze to death in the tree.
Okay, I gotta admit, this is hilarious that a lot of people are drawing parallels to the Great Seedling and the principal buggies, the thorax. Yeah, to thorax.
Okay.
That was funny. And of course, we're just going down the wonderful images here. Oh, the Love Orchard! I love this. They set up a bunch of. Yeah, this is one of the best comics out of this. Set up a bunch of traps to capture them. They keep getting them sprung. Then we get to see a bunch of couples getting interrupted, like Lyra and Bon Bon.
I was so confused when I first seen this comic. I'm like, okay.
Are you kidding? I figured it out real fast, though. The Scootaloo and the Rainbow Dash pillow was hilarious.
You know, maybe you aren't old enough. I'll let Scootaloo explain it.
Well, I'm like, okay. I'm like, this is a reference to something, but I don't know what. And that's because I didn't watch any of the episodes yet.
And Celestia and Luna also getting caught, just like, oh, this is the Apple Family Orchard. We understand. Seriously, there's a lot of these where the traps end up going awry and capturing the wrong. And also Bob the Dalek, Apple capturing Bright Mac and Pear Butter, which was hilarious. And here's the best part: the images of the Great Seedling, which I honestly really do hope I see some fan art and stuff of this at BronyCon. And that is not the Great Seedling; that is a Pokemon. And that is Big Mac taking on the mantle of the big caller from Bright Mac. We actually got to see a moment of history right there, and it was just in a flashback. You're big enough, son. You can handle this. I'm pretty sure I'll live long enough to see you grow into a fine stallion and carry this around, but we're just going to give this to you now. There's no way that this will not come back to becoming a treasured keepsake. Just need you to do this for the next week.
We will staple it to your coat to make sure it will never come off.
Yeah. Huh, I just saw it. Yeah, that was a Pokemon.
Okay, here's a nice. Oh, there it is. Yeah, there's a GIF of Big Mac kicking the tree, and then Applejack showing off.
Yeah.
Seriously, I love that. Just that kick and the whole tree just bam. I mean, the showing off is hilarious, but I just love that part. And of course, here's another one of the Great Seedling. Here's Applejack trapped inside her own trap. Here's a passing of a mantle that is in no way indicative that the family is going to be split apart with an unfortunate death. There is no way that is happening. The family will be together forever. I can't keep making the
Happy thoughts only.
So the best part of this episode wasn't even shown, it was talked about.
It was. But in any case, they continue to try to capture the Great Seedling and see more and more weird, elaborate traps up to the point where they wake up in the middle of the night to see trees are being moved around and something spooky moving around. Of course, it starts to chase after them. They freak out. Many things happen. They get caught in their own traps because apparently you can't trap the Great Seedling, or you can't trap, which actually ends up being Big Mac and Tashu is sleep bucking. Because apparently Big Mac is the only one that's actually responsible enough to make sure that it all gets harvested while everybody else is goofing off. You heard me!
See, that's why I get slightly more, because he can, when he's asleep, he can still move around and take care of that stuff.
Yeah. But then after that is all finally Jack Napier. Oh, that is terrible. They're all murdered by Jack Napier. And also,
Yes.
hello, Rexy Streams. Hello, Rexy Streams. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Oh, wow. Ponyman64 coming off with the tearjerker effect out in the chat room now. All right, we'll go ahead and read this real fast before we wrap up the talk about the episode and also show a few more pictures. The real story of the seedling is a myth. The real story is not so nice. The seedling was captured and made into a slave, forced to provide a never-ending harvest for one pony. Without the seedlings, the farms became barren. The pony who captured the seedling realized this at his old age, and his life amounted to nothing. His vast fortune was not truly earned by it caused great harm to Equestria. He finally freed the great seedling, restoring nature as it's supposed to be. Not bad.
Only after I get rich may you leave.
Actually, I did show that, Sonic, but thank you for posting it anyway, because it is a fun one and it does need to be shown. Need to make sure it gets shown. But yeah, the Great Seedling, and I actually was kind of concerned about this because I didn't see any right off the bat, but it looks like he did get a good deal of art. And I like the concept of the Great Seedling. It looks really interesting. Yeah, it does kind of look like a Pokemon though, but it still looks interesting. And it is kind of nice to get these like little fictional characters. Actually, is there such a thing as a Great Seedling that is out there?
There's probably something somewhere in Mythos.
We're gonna have to take a look.
The harvest, a spirit of the harvest.
Yeah.
There's quite a few of those floating around. So.
Yeah, there's a few Spirit of the Harvest.
Like Holo.
The first thing that comes to my mind is in the Ed and Eddie Christmas special with Neshmayed.
That sounds like something spoken backwards.
It is pretty much that. But yes, getting back on track here real fast to wrap this up before we get our final thoughts. They find out that the Great Seedling is Big Mac, who's been sleep bucking. They wake him up in surprise as he finally falls for one of the traps. And then they realize, oh, Big Mac's actually been doing all the work, and because he's been doing all the work, all the trees have been harvested. And now Big Mac can finally sleep. They can finally let the poor guy sleep so he's not dying. And of course, then they... Sorry?
That's why you work solid for a week. Day and night doesn't matter. So they can sleep for a week and nobody can bother you.
That's how you do it. And of course, they realize that after the harvest is done, wait, the carrots have been disturbed. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe the Great Seedling doesn't mess with apples. Maybe he messes with carrots. So they get the horrible little idea that they're going to start continuing setting traps in the carrot fields now. And off they go. And somewhere else, it looks like we see Apple Bloom with a Pokeball, apparently.
Yeah.
And of course, it looks like somebody made the joke that Derpy dropped a bunch of carrots, and of course led to the misunderstanding. Still, I love that. I love the comics that have come out from this. It's fun stuff. And of course, here's a few images of the Great Seedling. And while we're showing the images, thoughts on the episode. I liked it. It was fun. It was a good episode. It wasn't like this deep story. It wasn't massive intriguing. It was very, it's a Great Seedling, Charlie Brown slice of life, but it was fun and silly because of it. And we also got a little bit of Apple family lore with the Great Seedling. And we also have a great image of Applejack and Applejack and her plot line once again, which apparently is becoming the one thing that every animator is doing a lot with. I'm just going to leave that image there. And anybody have any thoughts on the episode?
I was disappointed that nobody did any Freddy references, but whatever.
I still think the best part of this episode was spoken in words, and it was Goldie Delicious's stories about the cheetah that got into the catnip. I want to see a cheetah on catnip.
I kind of want to know what happened there. So that sounds interesting as hell, and now I'm ridiculously curious.
I swear there's a video out there of some place where they actually did give catnip to like a big cat.
Seriously, somebody have this print. Have this print on BronyCon. I mean, look at that. That is an awesome, great seedling right there. I could see that on my wall. That is beautiful. It's dark sly. It's dark sly. Anyway, any other thoughts on the episode from anybody?
I think you missed mine, Circuit.
Which one did I miss?
The Roadhouse one.
No, I posted it up. I said it was one of the great images. I love that Roadhouse joke.
Oh, okay. I just didn't see it.
It's alright. I've been having to flip through these really quick because you guys just deluge me with these, and I love it. Love having all of these images as we're talking about the episode. It really makes it hard to keep my one-track mind, but it really does paint a good picture. And now here's Apple Bloom as a great seedling. Any other thoughts on the episode? All right, I'd say that's it then. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episodes. We got 2 more that we're going to talk about. Of course, we're going to talk about the School of Guidance next week, along with the latest episode. So another twofer. Hopefully, we'll get our thoughts together and be able to give you a great, deep, and intriguing. Who are we kidding? We're just going to post a bunch of pictures and talk about our favorite moments. That's exactly what's going down.
A lot of pictures.
There will be. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and move on to the best part of this, which is videos. Because we have a little bit of everything from new Equestria girls to... And this is actually a fun thing here. What's happened is a brony apparently got a little bored. And when they get bored, fun things happen. In this case, somebody took 10 episodes of Celebrity Jeopardy. Celebrity Jeopardy from Saturday Night Live and ponified them. And it is gloriously wonderful. So we're going to quickly post in a few fun images here for you guys to watch as we show the videos. And we'll go ahead and get started here with the camping must-haves of Equestria Girls Season 2. Starting now.
Hello, Internet darlings. It's your music festival muses, Rarity and Applejack here, presenting our camping must-haves. Now, you're going to be out in the hot sun all day long, so be sure to bring plenty of sunscreen. Of course, your SPF won't be complete without the chapeau. And it should match your parasol and your blanket, of course. But you don't really need all that. And maybe a scarf. I can think of 2 must-haves for making an outhouse feel like an in-house. Bring your OTP, plenty of hand sanitizer. Be sure to include 1 or 2 all-natural moisturizers. It never hurts to have a whole set. If you can't go 3 days without them, oh, fit them in, darling.
She's a vampire. It's so clear now.
That explains everything.
Finally, you'll need a sleeping bag for a few hours of shut-eye. Plus pillows, travel pillows, body pillows, accent pillows, throw pillows, bolster pillows, hypoallergenic pillows, and
That's impressive.
Yeah. Have you ever tried to move a four-post bed?
Yes, I've moved them. You generally need a couple people.
You also don't generally move them in one piece.
Yeah, you break them down.
Again, vampire.
Yep.
Seriously, if a camper actually... What the hell kind of camper does that?
Oh, Applejack. You of all people.
I gotta admit, though, that's interesting that it has its own tree stumps.
They forgot the most important thing. Well, two important things. They forgot their shovel and the water.
Alright.
If you're talking about just normal camping.
Now, as I mentioned, they have 10 of these. However, there's about 5 to 6 minutes long. And if I did all 10 of them, it basically would be the entire video segment would be all of these. And I'm not going to subject you to that insanity. So here's the first of 3 of Celeb Pony Jeopardy.
Good luck to all 3 of you. Yeah, we're gonna need it. What do you say we take a look at our board? The categories are celebrities, potpourri, popular music, movies, potent potables, U.S. history, and S words, which are words that begin with the letter S. Mr. Connery, it's your turn. I'll take movies for 400. The answer is John Travolta learned how to dance for this 1977 hit movie. Mr. Connery. That would be Jaws. No. Jaws is incorrect. And please answer in the form of a question. Burt Reynolds. What is Jaws? No. That was already guessed. Mr. Lewis. If I remember correctly, Alex, that would be Dancing for Ladies! I had to go for it. No. That is incorrect also. What is Saturday Night Fever? Heads up, players. Sean Connery, it's still your board. I'll take swords for 400. It's actually not swords, sir. Swords. These are words that begin with S. The answer is Popeye is this sort of man. Burt Reynolds. What is Popeye? No. Sean Connery. And remember, these are words that begin with the letter S, not swords. Sailor. No. It began with a bloody S. Mr. Lewis. I got the answer right. You want the answers are simple. They're terrified of the perfectionists. They being the people who are running the studios this week. I'm sorry, Mr. Lewis. Time's up. What is sailor? Was the correct response. Tough start for everyone. All 3 celebrities are $800 down. The hell if I'm going to pay you a bloody $800. Please rest assured, Mr. Connery, this is for charity. It's not your own money. And it is still your board. I'll take movies. This racing movie with Dom DeLuise told us that yes, cannonballs can run. Cannonballs can run.
Yes, Cannonball Run.
Yes. Burt Reynolds. Shakespeare. No. Sean Connery. I'll not pay this fine I've incurred. It's unjust. You don't have to pay the Jerry Lewis. Cannonball in name. Wait. It sounds like you might have the right answer. Did you say cannon? Cannon. Now, say ball. Put them together. Cannonball and maybe Okay, let's just move on. Bert, can you please pick a category? Pick shorts.
Yeah, sure, give me shorts.
It's S words. It's S words. And for how much, Mr. Reynolds?
Hell, let's go nuts. Shorts for 48,000.
This is pretty good.
I forget who did play Jerry Lee Lewis in the original sketch.
You know, I'm gonna take a look here.
Bodies of water. This body of water gave Salt Lake City its name.
The Mississippi.
I wonder how this person would have edited the one that was Sean Connery drawing Alex Trebek having sex with a horse.
Lake City its name. Sean Connery.
We're probably gonna find out that, like I said, 10 of these exist.
And you wagered what appears to be a Roman numeral 7. That's an M. That it is, sir. Burt Reynolds, you put down my name. That's nice. And you wagered is okay, obviously that's some kind of swear word.
What, really? Apparently, I think it was Martin Short.
Has wandered off, though.
Ah.
Let's see if he had anything. Apparently his answer was an outline of half of his hand. And he wagered the other half of his hand. That's beautiful. Well, I'd like to thank all of our celebrities for joining us this evening. Celebrities for joining us. Unfortunately, because of your scores, money will be taken away from charity. That's very funny, Jerry. Very funny. Join us tomorrow when we return to more Jeopardy. I see it. I see it.
And now, I'll Fly acoustic cover.
When life gives you lemons, you can make lemonade. But life gave me tank here, and my choice is long been made. No winter will come to Ponyville. I'll do it on my own. I will keep you by my side, so I'll never be alone. And I'll fly until the end of the sky. So I'll be the one who'll never have to say goodbye. I'll clear the skies forever, so we won't be apart. I'll keep the weather warm for you, and the winter will never start. Yeah. Weather makers peg aside, you make the seasons in the sky. I don't wanna sabotage you, but you see I've got to try. No winter can come here now. I'll keep the warmth and the sun somehow. I'm sorry, ponies, this has to be, for I need my friend and he needs me. I know it's wrong, but what does it matter? 'Cause nothing's gonna stop me now. I'll change it all, it's only the weather. And no
Well, I think my brain just exploded.
That was pretty good. Okay.
Oh no, that was awesome. Something else just caught my eye while that was going on. I just found out that Final Fantasy VIII is getting a remaster.
Seems like everything's getting remastered nowadays.
I know, but 8? Especially when they're taking so long to remaster 7? Then again, considering that they up-res the graphics of 8 and they're redoing whatever the hell they're doing with 7. But yeah, everything is getting remastered, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wait, so this remaster of 8, is it like in the same vein as what they're doing with 7, or is it just a...
It's a massive up-resing graphics, but not what they're doing with 7. I just posted a video in gaming chat.
Double Jeopardy
Okay.
round, I'd like to ask our contestants once again, please refrain from using ethnic slurs.
ethnic slurs.
That said, let's take a look at the scores. Sean Connery has set a new Jeopardy record with negative $230,000.
You think you're pretty smart, don't you, Trebek? What with your dago mustache and your gritty hair?
Look, what did I just say about ethnic slurs? From third rock from the sun, French Stewart in second place with negative $17,000.
I'm a late bloomer, Alex, and in Double Jeopardy, I'm gonna bloom.
Sure you will. And finally, back again, Burt Reynolds in a commanding lead with $14.
Hey, check out the podium. Look at this.
Mr. Reynolds has apparently changed his name to Turd Ferguson.
Yeah, that's right. Turd Ferguson. It's a funny name.
Great. Let's take a look at the final board. And the categories are potent potables, sharp things, movies that start with the word Jaws, a petit déjeuner. That category is about French phrases, so let's just skip it.
Hey, I speak a little French. You're an ass bite. Pardon my French.
My name's French.
Yeah, well, who gives a damn?
Moving on. Animal sounds, condiments, and finally, your ass or a hole in the ground. Mr. Reynolds, unfortunately, you're in the lead, so we'll start with you.
Yeah, I'll take the condom thing for 8,000.
That's condiments for 400. This condiment is made from mustard seeds. French Stewart.
The answer, of course, is onions. I'll take condiments for 800, thank you.
That's not the right answer. Burt Reynolds.
That's not my name.
Okay. Turd Ferguson.
Yeah, what do you want?
You buzzed in.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, well, that's your thing.
I hate my job. The answer was
Somebody end the show, please.
Mustard is made from mustard seeds. Mr. Reynolds, it's still your board.
Yeah, well, why don't you give me 8 tip for 200?
It's not 8 tit. It's a petite, never mind. Let's just go to animal sounds for 600. This is the sound a doggy makes. Mr. Connery.
Moo.
No.
Well, that's the sound your mother made last night.
Okay, that's not necessary. Burt Reynolds.
Who is Scooby-Doo?
No.
Close.
That was a funny dog, Scooby-Doo. He drove around a van and solved mysteries.
That is incorrect.
No, that's correct.
Nah.
I remember your pal, Scrappy Doo.
No. French Stewart. The sound a dog makes.
Who is John Cafferty in the Beaver Brown Band? Thank you very much. I'll take animal sounds for 800.
No. Good Lord. We would have accepted Bow Wow or Ruff.
Oh, rough. just the way your mother likes it, Trebek.
Totally out of line. Mr. Reynolds, what are you doing?
Yeah, I found this backstage. Oversized hat. It's funny.
No, it's not.
Sure it is.
Yes, it
It's
is.
It's funny because it's bigger than a normal hat.
I see that. Get back to your podium.
Ah, take a look at that.
Yeah, I see it. Go back to your podium. It's not funny. What's going
Will
on?
Ferrell, why are you so good?
Okay, let's just move on to Final Jeopardy. And the category is, you know what? I tell you what, just write a number. Any number, and you win. We'll accept any number at all, a 1 or a 2.
I like the generic music that they have here.
How about a 4?
Yeah.
This is like the most trustful music ever. It's the best.
I also now clearly remember how this goes.
French Stewart, who's grinning like an idiot. Yourself, think you've got the right answer.
Yes, I'm pretty sure of it, Alex.
Well, all you had to do was write down a number, and you wrote 3. 3 and 5. Simply stunning. And you wagered Texas with a $sign. I'm speechless.
No, I did not get the answers from anyone else. It all came from Mr. Stewart's noggin up here.
That's beautiful. Mr. Reynolds.
Yeah, don't bother. I didn't write anything.
Good work. All right. Finally, Mr. Connery. The category was numbers, and you wrote a letter V. Well, I tell you what, my friend. V is a Roman numeral, so despite your best efforts, you answered correctly. Let's see what you wagered. Suck it, Trebek. That's all the time we have. Good night. Get them off me!
And the best part is, we got one more left.
Oh, why is there only one more?
But we need a palate cleanser. So here's another acoustic of Super Speedy Cider Squeezy. What they said.
We finally got it.
Well, looky what we got here, brother of mine. It's the same in every town. Ponies with thirsty throats, dry tongues, and not a drop of cider to be found. Maybe they're not aware that there's really no need for this teary despair.
That the key that they need to solve the sad cider shortage you and I will share.
Yes,
I love the fact that he got the Griffin brothers
opportunity
together.
in this very community. He's Flim, we're the world famous Flim brothers. Traveling sales, ponies, non-parade.
What?
Non-parade, that's exactly the reason why, you see. Nobody else in this whole
Is that actually Andrea on the left?
No.
No.
And that's a new world with tons of cider. Fresh squeezed and ready
I
for
think this is a lot of fandom musicians.
No, in the last one, Daniel Ingram was in there.
And I think this is still...
Yeah, that's still Daniel Ingram on the right.
Yep.
So this is just pure awesome.
Yeah, he's doing this as a send-off to the
I suppose by now you're wondering about our peculiar mode of transport.
I say a mode of locomotion.
And I suppose by now you're
I
wondering,
still love the
where
fact
is this
that
promised cider?
that's so
Any horse
good.
can make a claim and any pony can do the same.
My brother and I have something most unique and superb unseen at any time in this big new world.
And that's opportunity.
Folks, it's the one and only, the biggest and the best,
The unbelievable,
unimpeachable,
indispensable,
I can't believable.
Flim Flam Brothers Super Speedy Cider Squeezy 6000.
What do you say, sister? Oh, we got opportunity in this very community.
Please flam, help us out of this jam with your Flim Flam Brothers Super Speedy Cider Squeezy 6000.
Young Philly, I would be ever so honored if you might see fit to let my brother and I borrow some of your delicious, and might I add, spellbindingly fragrant apples for our little demonstration here?
Sure, I guess.
Opportunity in our community. Ready, Flam?
Ready, Flam?
Let's bing, bang, zam, and show these thirsty ponies a world of delectable
Did they say Big Sam?
cider.
Big Sam?
Cider.
Yep.
Cider.
I don't care. I don't care. They said Big Sam. That's all we care about.
Now here's where the magic happens. Right here in this heaving, whirling, cider-pressed, boiling guts of the very machine. Those apples plucked fresh are right now, as we speak, being turned into grade A, top-notch, 5-star, blow your horseshoes up, one-of-a-kind cider.
Feel free to take a sneak peek.
Now once you fellas pulled it, you went and oversold it. I guarantee you that what you have there won't compare. For the very most important ingredient can't be added or done expedient. And that's quality of friends, unlike Chris quality of kids.
I love how she puts on those glasses when she's voicing Granny Smith.
Yeah. You see that we are very picky when it comes
That
to
works
cider
for me simply because it's people
Yes, sir,
trying
yes, ma'am, this great
to
machine
have fun
is
with
just
it,
the
not
very
just being
best.
overly
So what you
serious.
say then, apples, get a step into the modern world and put a super speedy cider squeezy 6,000 to the test.
What do you think, folks? Do you see what the apples can't? I see it clear as day. I know she does, so does he. Come on, Ponyville, you know what I'm talking about. We're saying you've got opportunity.
So actually seeing it sung like this, I can see just how one of the brothers was selling it more than the other.
Yep.
Yeah, you really see it right here. Oh, it took us 20 tries!
And Celebrity Jeopardy 3.
Back to Celebrity Jeopardy. We've got quite a contest going on here. Let's take a look at the scores. Sean Connery is in second place with negative $6,500.
Only on account of villainy.
Great. Minnie Flounder is in first with a commanding score of 0.
What is history?
We haven't started playing yet. And finally, Jeff Goldblum with an incredible negative $17,800.
Oh! But Brian, Jeff Goldblum, this is cool.
Yes, I suppose I do.
Better luck to all of you in the next round. It's time for Double Jeopardy. Let's take a look at the board. And the categories are potent potables, literature, which is just a big word for books, therapists, current U.S. presidents.
Oh no, I just remembered what this one had.
Household objects, and finally, one-letter words. Anyway, Jeff Goldblum, you are in third place, so the board is yours.
Well, this is Jeopardy. Seeing as there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 different categories, I would.
Right, Mr. Connery, why don't you pick?
It looks like this is my lucky day. I'll take the rapists for 200.
Yep, there it is.
That's therapists, not the rapists. Let's skip therapists and try household objects for $400. And the answer is, you usually drink water out of one of these. Sean Connery.
A leather glove.
Actually, you can.
Mini
But not usually.
Toilet.
That is awful.
Not if you do it from the tank.
And you're an idiot. The answer was a glass.
Then the day is mine.
Technically, it's still Mr. Goldblum's board, but since he is a human wasteland, I'll let Mr. Connery pick again.
Oh, I'll play your game, you rogue. Let's try the rapists for 20.
Show and tell for 600. I'll just show you.
Are you sure that YouTube won't try to bring this down? I'm pretty sure they will.
It's a man with a mustache.
No, Mr. Connery, I'm not the object. I haven't shown it to you yet. Here it is. Name this object. Mini driver.
It's a popsicle.
No. Jeff Goldblum, name this object.
Yes, thank you. That's a, what do you call it when you punish criminals in days of yore? It was, and you put them in the square and those, you know.
I forget what the actual object was.
Gallows.
Yes, exactly.
Oh wait, no, it wasn't gallows.
It's a freaking hammer.
Thank you.
Of course it is.
Technically, gavel
Listen
counts.
to me, you back off, Trebek. You wouldn't have known that if you didn't have that card in front of you. Reach for the card.
Whatever. Let's move on to current U.S. presidents for 400. And the answer is, he is the current U.S. president. He has white
Now you get to see how out of date this is.
in the news. His first name is Bill. Mr. Goldblum,
What is
I know
Clinton?
for a fact you had dinner with him recently. His last name is Clinton. His name is Bill Clinton. Please, someone simply say, who is Bill Clinton? Someone just say it. Anyone. And the show has reached a new low. All right, let's just move on to Final Jeopardy. And the category is letters of the alphabet. All you have to do is write down a letter. Any letter at all. For instance, A or G. There's no reason why any of you should be writing this much. Please. Mr. Goldblum evidently doing Tai Chi over there. Okay, for the sake of tradition, let's take a look at the answers. Sean Connery, you wrote. Okay. No. That is definitely not a letter. Beautiful. Beautiful. Mr. Driver, let's see what you wrote. You drew a picture of an eye.
Well, I is a letter, isn't it?
Are you English or retarded? Let's go to Jeff Goldblum. You'll still be doing Tai Chi. See what your answer was? The number 2.
Aha, the letter 2, my friend.
No, 2 is a number.
I can't read or write.
Good for you. Well, as always, 3 perfectly good charities have been deprived of money here on Celebrity Jeopardy. I'm Alex Trebek, and the 3 of you should be ashamed of yourselves. Good night.
And the best part is, we got 7 more of those that will be coming up in the next few Brony shows. So,
Don't use it one a night now. Use it one a night.
Nope, we're gonna bland blast this thing because I got a lot of other crap too that I can play. Anyway.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. That's
we must work hard to get all the apples. The great seedling will give you infinite apples if you catch him.
Yay, I will catch the great seedling. I will catch him, I will catch him,
Aunt Goldalicious, what the hey?
You just made more work for us.
We need to harvest apples. The great Saladin isn't real. Yes, he is. Maybe Apple Blown can catch him. Remember our talk about what you see on Facebook. What the hey? I bet that was the great Sedlin.
OMG, the great sandal was here. I will catch him this time.
Apple Blonde, we need your help to harvest the apples. The great sealant isn't real.
But Aunt Goldalicious said he is real.
Aunt Goldalicious watches the History Channel.
If I help harvest, will you help me set traps tonight?
Okay.
What the hey?
Zeppelin. We must set even more traps.
We will catch him, we will catch him, we will catch him.
Yup.
Let's stay up and watch the traps tonight.
Oh,
Reese's
please
Pieces.
tell me they get him.
This is
They
actually
get-
fun.
What the hell is that?
Yup.
Yay, we caught the great sandler. Now give
Oh.
us infinite apples.
Yup.
We didn't catch the great seedling. We caught the great sibling.
Thank you for helping us finish the harvest.
Bye. Sorry for trapping you, Whopper.
Yup.
I guess the great seedling isn't real.
Wait, what's going on with the carrots?
Perfect. Okay, we went space odyssey.
No, he was going full Kubrick. You never go full Kubrick.
I love this one.
I need to turn that down.
Ooh. Oh, hey, it's this thing that I totally showed first.
Yes, you did.
Well, I didn't yet, so screw you.
But we're relevant, huh?
Let's see, who's the one that actually gets posted on ETD every week?
I'm pretty sure that none of us did.
Technically, I would if I actually started submitting videos more often. I really got to.
Also, wasn't it VM that showed this list in the Discord?
No, that's what I think it goes.
Hold on, let me check.
Because I know it came out of the anime stream too.
I remember back home, best friends all night, no phone, no cares, I was dumb and so young. My room singing Michael Jackson, never under pressure. Those days it was so much better. Feeling cool in my youth, I'm asking, does anyone remember how we did it back then?
Why am I depressed all of a sudden?
Makes you feel old.
Of
Yep.
course.
Well, I'm gonna drink my tea and sleep at a reasonable rate.
Yeah, VM posted this back in May 17th. So yeah, VM posted it before he logged me out.
Ah, Napster.
George W. Bush. Tony Hawk.
You know what? Considering what we have now, I would welcome George W. Bush back.
Yeah,
Wait, here's the thing. George Bush was he was an idiot, but at least he knew how to politic.
Yeah.
Also, he had to deal with not only the attack on the Twin Towers, but Katrina, and oh god.
I remember watching this like in junior high.
I remember watching this in elementary.
I remember watching this on Brony's Day because it was already past its time. Yeah, I never saw this in its original air.
Oh yeah, neither did I, so.
I have a friend who really loves Breaking Up.
And all the fun stuff after that.
Is this high school for me? No, it would have been middle school probably.
And I think this is our last video. So that means everybody. That's not it. That's not it. That is it. And this is it. It's time to end the show. We've had our fun. We've caught up on a couple of episodes. We finally got to talk about the villain episode, which mostly was us looking at reaction images, but still a lot of fun. And we got to enjoy some bona fide Celebrity Jeopardy, and we still have 7 more videos of that. Oh, the glory. So we're going to go ahead. Let's go ahead and wrap it up and give everybody a final shout out for the evening. Starting up with Crazy Matt Capitan.
Fires, explosions, LV, Rhone, venison jerky. You know my spiel.
And then on to Deathlight Productions.
Just have a lovely day, night, whatever, whenever you watch this, and see ya.
And Textalion.
Not at all.
And Toakoi, because I can't make a good sounding name out of that.
Chef shouts out to all the lovely people that have watched us. Shouts out to our Twitch people. Thanks to Angel of Light, Dash Bear, Man Rude, Cycle Motion, DP Scroll, Olorek, Ponyman64, Skullface, Local, Tech Stallion, the only Tech Man, me, and Zinky Bear. Thanks for sticking around. Have a good night. See you in the after party.
And then, wait, no. We have Suki-sama of the Otaku Ascended.
First of all, racist.
I was going for a Frenchie.
Yeah, well, second of all, shots everybody deserves it. And the great words of children's book author Samuel L. Jackson. That is a tasty burger.
I thought you were going for the other one. Good on you.
No,
thank you for explaining the joke, Toa.
Oh, boy. Get out.
That's called sarcasm. Let it go.
Moving Toa away for a moment so we can finish up. Alright, and now that Toa is off and away, Coldust!
Shout out to you know, yeah.
Would you like to buy a vowel?
Shouts out to...
Are there any twos?
Go fish.
I've got an ace.
What is it? The ace?
Alright, well let's go ahead and move on here then. Unless Coldust has a quick one to throw out there.
Yes, I'd like to throw down my trap card. This one has a Joker on it, so I presume that it means it's going to rob your bank.
Yeah, probably.
Trick's on you, my Poke ability negates that effect.
Joke's on you, I got Applejack as my protector, and she has an outfit now. She's the apple. She's Apple Pony. Anyway, then, okay, let's move on to here. Thank you all for joining us for another episode of The Brony Show. Be sure to stay tuned for the Coffee House After Party, which is only at thebronyshow.net on our VonLive.tv stream, so be sure to check that out. Along with that, Wednesday has Winchester Wednesdays. Last we saw Winchester, he was building Winchester City after it got destroyed by a horrible typhoon and a failure to autosave. Along with that, be sure to tune in on Friday, which will hopefully be doing the Roan RPG session once again. But if not, we'll try to do something fun. Saturday, we have... Well, we don't have Gaming Meltdown quite yet, but we are still doing randomizer runs. We are looking at different randomizers, so it's not just Link to the Past. We're trying to do multiplayer Link Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, possible Mario 64 randomizer, or other things. But if you want to see what crazy game we're going to randomizely run, be sure to tune in on Saturday. Sunday, we are also doing Grand Theft Auto 5 and a bunch of heists for the satellite missions. So be sure to check that out as well. And be sure to tune in an hour early for the Brony Show's Treehouse of Jackbox. Actually, it is the Equestrian Flag stop, but it's pretty much the Equestrian Jack-in-the-Box stop at this point.
For the moment, they are working on it, but, life.
Well, it's still fun for everybody, and everybody enjoys it, so whatever they do.
Hey, can't complain about some Jackbox.
Exactly.
Also, it has been an Equestrian Jackbox. That's what I've been calling it for this entire voyage.
Jackbox. Ugh.
Right.
You fucker.
I've been calling it not an Equestrian Jackbox.
Alright, well, while they try to figure out what's going on there, reminder that next week's challenge, Pinkie Pie and Baking, with a Protest Initiative challenge of Open Windows, and a bonus Points Initiative challenge of Suki dressed up as Pinkie Pie somewhere. Because we can.
What? No, mine was...
That was Suki's bonus initiative.
Oh, okay. I thought we were talking about the circuit.
No,
I can't even say it now. It's been that far redacted. I'm sad.
All right, and then. All right, then a quick shout out to all of our IRC chatters. Thank you to CMC for keeping an eye on the chat. Thank you to Cool Dude, Cool 13233, Sarcasm, DM12, Fantastic Freight, Glass 4, Octavia Melody, Sonic 5421, Techman, Textalion, Toakoi, Unidentified, 12435, and one other person that I cannot see because for some weird reason the little chat box is actually blocking the view, and I am so sorry. I know you're down there. I wish I could read you, but I can't. Vaguely Creepy. Sorry, it took a second. I was able to find the way. Thank you to Vaguely Creepy. Also, a big shout out to all of our archivers that watch us on YouTube when we do finally get the episodes put up. Also, a big shout out to all of you that watch us live, whether it is on Twitch, on YouTube, on Vaughn Live. I love all of you, and it is great and wonderful that you take time out of your day to listen to us, check out our shenanigans, and enjoy the show. So with that, let's go ahead and wrap up because it's been a long night and we got one more to close out. We have Forest Bird PMV collaboration. So enjoy the Forest Bird. And I believe this is actually a Chinese PMV, so it's going to be interesting. Otherwise, have a good night.
我就像那一只林中的小鸟，努力挣脱，冲向蓝天怀抱，勇敢地张开双臂，闭上了双眼，远方离我只有一步之遥。我就像那一只林中的小鸟，举头望月，孤独有谁知道？那带血的羽毛，不向命运乞讨，跌倒只能让我越飞越高。来不及祈祷，就开始奔跑，总觉得外面世界有多美好。用几滴眼泪，才换来骄傲。我要的光荣，哪怕只有1秒。角落太寂静，城市太喧闹，这世界很忙，其实我都知道。离开了地面，就随风飘摇，决定要走遍天涯，心比天高。我就像那一只林中的小鸟，努力挣脱，冲向蓝天怀抱，勇敢地张开双臂，闭上了双眼，远方离我只有一步之遥。我就像那一只林中的小鸟，举头望月，孤独有谁知道？那带血的羽毛，不向命运乞讨，跌倒只能让我越飞越高。我就像那一只林中的小鸟，努力挣脱，冲向蓝天怀抱，勇敢地张开双臂，闭上了双眼，远方离我只有一步之遥。我就像那一只林中的小鸟，举头望月，孤独有谁知道？那带血的羽毛，不向命运乞讨，跌倒只能让我越飞越高，跌倒只能让我越飞越高。
I did not understand a word of that, but I found it awesome.
I have to agree with that. That was kicking. Good night, everybody. We'll be back with the Coffee House After Party, thebronyshow.net. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed the archive. Good night. And Coffee House After Party, thebronyshow.net. Be sure to check it out.